Hi, everybody. I just realized that I introduced myself with the mic off. So, hello again. My name is Farrell Wall Harris. My pronouns are she, her. And this is my first YouTube Live. So, welcome to Words and Wellness with Farrell Wall Harris. This morning, I'm talking about skincare. So, bear with me while I share the link for this live with some of my folks, and then we will begin shortly. Thank you to whoever just joined. Good morning. I will be starting very soon. I'm just waiting for folks to join the room. Good morning. Good morning. We will start shortly. All right, I'm going to get started. Thank you, everybody who's watching this either live or joining the rebroadcast of this. I felt compelled and I listen to spirit whenever I have an urge to do something. My theme for this year is do it now. And I was watching a live last week from one of my sisters, Universal Lighthouse, and she was live on TikTok. And at the end of that live, she had advice for people who've never gone live. She said, just do it, just go out there and try it. And my theme for this year is do it now. And because my theme for this year is do it now, that's why I'm doing it now. I had originally planned to record a YouTube video talking about my skincare regimen, but I realized that I don't have the capacity to edit a long video. Good morning, sis. Good morning, Tisha. You my first live guest. Hey. This is my first live. I've always been so scared to get on live. I don't know why. I guess just nervousness. And I'm somebody who speaks all the time. I speak to crowds of people all the time, but this feels different. How you doing, sis? Hi, Tisha. Let me know how you doing. So I got on here this morning to talk about skincare. I've been getting a lot of questions about my skin lately, which is why I'm on camera right now with the bare face, because I wanted to share what I use, how I take care of my skin, and also my skincare journey. It's really humbling, I have to admit, to be receiving compliments on my skin lately, because for years I struggled with quote unquote bad skin. And that bad skin, involved acne. I started getting acne as a teenager. In college, that's when it really got bad. And it was around the time of the Proactive commercials. I'm glad you're doing well, sis. Around the time of Proactive, I remember my mom buying me Proactive and it drying my face up. And throughout my 20s, I started having acne over and over, and it just became a part of what I deal with. I would go through periods of time where my skin would be clear, not nearly as clear as this, but then I'd go through periods of time where my skin was full of bumps and it hurt to smile, it hurt to lay on my pillow. So I want to share just everything that I've learned in case it's helpful to anybody. I will keep this live up. So if you miss the beginning of it or you miss any portion of it, you will be able to review it. So I wanted to start by saying that our skin is often a reflection of what's going on internally. Like I mentioned, for years, I dealt with cystic acne bumps. And cystic acne, for those who don't know, is not like the normal zits, like a blackhead or a whitehead where you see pus coming to the skin. It's the bumps that there is no head. You can't squeeze it. It's just a bump that's under your skin. And them joints hurt, y'all. I remember those days of just feeling like I wanted to hide, like I didn't want anybody to see me. There are times I didn't want to leave the house because I felt like everybody was staring at my face, which probably wasn't even the case. I remember my therapist telling me one time, like, most people don't get more than 6 feet close to your face. So what you're seeing in the mirror is not the reflection of what other people see, but still I felt so self-conscious, y'all. I saw a lot of dermatologists. I tried different topical creams and antibiotics. I remember one time I was heading to an audition in Virginia. It was like for an on-screen opportunity. And I had to literally pull over on GW Parkway to vomit because of the antibiotic that I was taking. It was called Dorix. It sucked, y'all. It really did. And I spent, honestly, thousands of dollars on acne treatments over the years, skincare products from Sephora that didn't work for me. And as someone who lives with depression, I live with major depressive disorder. Life can already be challenging, but those bumps on my face made it more. I felt ugly. I felt undesirable, despite my husband complimenting me and my friends and family saying that I look beautiful. I didn't believe it for myself. And I would spend like 30 minutes every morning beating my face because there was no way in hell I wanted to be seen without makeup. And, I dealt with also well-intentioned loved ones and acquaintances overstepping and offering unsolicited suggestions about my skin, which just made me feel worse. So for anybody who knows somebody dealing with acne or skin trouble, unless they ask you for advice, please don't give them advice, because chances are that they've tried so many things already. And I often took it as an insult because it's like, you think I don't care about my face? Especially if people ask, do you wash your face? Are you washing your face? It's like, so I was really at my wit's end. And the shift came for me when I saw a Black woman dermatologist. Her name is Dr. Katina Miles in Game Bros, Maryland. And she gave me a simple face routine that included a gentle cleanser in the morning, followed by a prescription cream called clindamycin, moisturizer, tinted sunscreen. At night, I would use a Neutrogena acne cleanser and a retinol cream that's prescription called Tazorac. And she also sold this hyperpigmentation solution called Melanage Touch Stick. Expensive, but that joint works, y'all, to address dark skin, dark scars, and hyperpigmentation on my face. But the real switch up, y'all, was when I changed my nutrition. Yes, smack to that question. I agree, sis, because it's irritating. It's like, oh shoot, why is that so big? I'm trying to figure this out, Tisha. I don't know why the comment is so big, but yes, amen to that. But yeah, the real switch up for me is when I started to change my nutrition. I stopped eating meat because I was starting to notice every time I ate beef, I would look 4 months pregnant. Uh-oh, I froze. Can you still see me, Tisha? Let me know if you can still see me and hear me. Testing, testing. All right, I'm going to keep going. I don't know if we're still on. Let me know. All right, I'm going to keep going with the hope that I am not frozen. But if I am frozen, let me know, y'all. So I was noticing that every time I ate beef, I would look 4 months pregnant. So clearly my body was responding to meat in a way that wasn't agreeable. And then I also took an allergy test. I was dealing with serious allergies to the point that in the winter, I was having a hard time breathing through my nose. And in that allergy test, I learned that I'm actually allergic to milk, not lactose intolerant, but actually allergic to milk. Excuse me. So cutting milk products was challenging, but it really did start to change my skin. I started to notice that my skin was starting to glow underneath without highlighter. I also started drinking a gallon of water a day, 128 fluid ounces, in one of those bottles that charts the time markings that says, you can do it, keep going. And that really helped. I was in the bathroom all the time, running back and forth. However, flushing out my system it was miraculous for me. I did my own research. I started looking at all sorts of skincare channels on YouTube to find out how people take care of their skin, how people eliminate acne. And what I found that really helped was taking high doses of B5, vitamin B5, which is also known as pantothenic acid, because it could block the oils that cause cystic acne. And that cleared my skin for a little while until the pandemic came. And the pandemic came and we had to wear masks all the time. And I suffered from maskne, which is acne. It's the nickname that people made up online for when you get acne from wearing masks. And, I started experimenting with a bunch of skincare samples from Sephora and it just made it worse. So I saw a skincare specialist at my primary care and she gave me a regimen that actually did work for my skin. And I still use that regimen to this day with some tweaks. So now I'm going to go over what I actually do use on my face. So I brought props because I'm a theater person. So I have all my products here. First thing I do in the morning, I use CeraVe SA cleanser. And there's a YouTuber who's a esthetician called the Golden Optimist, and she has something called the 60-second rule, which means that when you're washing your face, you need to be lathering for at least 60 seconds for the effect of what you're using to actually work. So this renewing SA cleanser, the active ingredient SA stands for salicylic acid, and that is a acne fighting. It's like a mild exfoliant. So instead of like using a scrub on your face to get the dead skin off, this will help get the dead skin off of your face just in a slower manner, but it's less abrasive. So after I wash my face with that, um, I wash it off. If I'm in the shower, I'll actually leave it on while I'm showering until my shower is like near finished, and then I'll wash it off my face. If I'm washing my face at the sink, I'll actually wipe it off with just a paper towel. I don't use washcloths on my face because they carry a lot of germs, and I find that when I'm using washcloths, I be breaking out. So I pat my face dry with that paper towel, and then I go in with my eye cream. So I use Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Plus Eye Cream. It has vitamin C and collagen. Vitamin C is good for eliminating darkness and brightening your skin. Collagen is good for just making your skin more plump, and especially as we get older. I just turned 40 this year. We needed some collagen in the skin, especially under those eyes. Then I follow with a pea-sized amount of a prescription called clindamycin phosphate, 1%. Let me see if y'all can see that. I was using a prescription of azelaic acid. That's spelled hold on, let me not mess myself up. I don't, it's spelled AZELAIC acid, 15%, but for some reason my insurance stopped covering it. So I used the clindamycin, put that over my face, and then I follow with a mixture of sunscreen and moisturizer. So my favorite sunscreen is Supergoop Glow Screen. And the moisturizer that I'm really feeling right now is Dr. Jart Vital Hydra Solution Hydro Pump Water Cream. So it's not very thick, which I like, but it spreads over and it keeps my face moisturized because I deal with dry skin as well. I follow with 2 pumps of Yves Saint Laurent Touche Eclat Blur Primer. I don't wear foundation on my skin anymore unless it's like a special occasion. So my makeup, my base is this, and it just makes the skin more glowy. I love glow. I love to look dewy. You know, before I was very into a matte look. Matte was very in style with makeup when I got into makeup. But now I realize that the more dewy you look, the more youthful your skin is. So after I use that Touche Eclat Blur Primer, I use a serum. And this is Lancome Advanced Genifique Concentrate. And it's a youth activating concentrate. All you need is a drop of this. I use 1 to 2 drops of this, put it all over my face and my neck, and I'm good to go. Now at night, hold on, let me clear some of these props, y'all, because this is a lot going on. At night, I will cleanse my face with micellar cleansing water. I use this to remove my eyebrow pencil and my lashes. If I have eyeliner on, it removes it. I use the all-in-one waterproof one, and I go in with cotton rounds, and it takes time. I'm not too rough on my face, but I make sure that I keep wiping my face and neck until the cotton rounds look clean, and that gets like the extra debris off your face, because you'll find that often when you're washing your face, all the dirt is not actually coming off just from the face wash. So you need a bit of this micellar water to get that extra dirt off. Some people cleanse their face with this. That's not really my thing, but like cleanse their face in the morning, I should say. That's not really for me, but at night, this joint comes through. Then I will follow with Neutrogena Clear Pore Cleanser Mask. And this can work as a cleanser, or you could put it all over your face and wear it as a mask. I also do the 60-second rule with this as well. If my skin is feeling irritated, though, I won't use the SA cleanser or the Neutrogena. I'll go in with more of a gentle cleanser. The one I've been using right now, this is a little sample I got from the dermatologist. This is CeraVe Foaming Facial Cleanser for normal to oily skin. My skin is combination, so some parts is dry, some parts is oily. So this works for me when I need something a little bit more gentle, or if I've used like a face mask or some sort of treatment. Then I will use toner. So this is from a company, it's Korean skincare called Esfolio, and it's the all skin type collagen daily toner. And I'll put this on a cotton round, put it over my face, let it dry. And then I'll go in with either my prescription Tazrac retinol cream or Tata Harper serum resurfactant. And this little green bottle is expensive. I'm not going to lie to y'all, but it's a game changer with the skin. So I'll alternate every other night. I'll use either the retinol cream or this, and this has AHA, and BHA, which are chemical exfoliants that help brighten your skin. Then I'll go in with the eye cream that I showed y'all, the Ole Henriksen, and I'll follow with my moisturizer. So again, the Dr. Jart Vital Hydra Solution moisturizer. And then I'll do my serum, the Lancome Genifique that I just showed y'all. So it's long. I spend a lot of time on my skin, but I use it as my opportunity for self-care. It's luxurious. And I've found in my life that I like to be indulgent. I'm not as indulgent with the food because I eat primarily a plant-based diet, but I try to find ways to make my life indulgent, to make it feel like luxury. So I'll listen to music when I'm doing my skincare routine sometimes. I have playlists, or I'll do affirmations in the mirror, or just decompress from my day, but it's my time for me. My family knows that when I'm doing my skincare, don't be knocking on the door and rushing me. It takes a while, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And it has paid off. I no longer feel self conscious about not having makeup on. Years ago, there's no way I would be on camera without some sort of foundation or concealer or something, but I feel more comfortable now. And it's really improved my confidence, and it's improved my level of empathy for people who also deal with skin issues. I think more empathy is needed because everybody don't have perfect skin, and it's for a lot of different reasons. What I found for me is that my fibroid issues that I was dealing with put my hormones out of whack. I had a hormonal imbalance, and that's what was causing all the acne. So I was going through, all these skincare products, but the skin cleared when I finally got that hormonal issue taken care of. When I got fibroid surgery to remove the fibroids that were being troublesome to me, perhaps because that reduced a lot of stress, it helped. But the hormone issues that were causing the fibroids, the hormone issues that caused the breast cancer that I had last year and the year prior, I think that was a big culprit for the acne. I should also mention that every 1 to 2 weeks, I do use face masks. I love Mary Kay's pink clay mask, any sort of sheet mask. I like Korean skincare from Dr. Jart. I love, and I be getting them joints from TJ Maxx on sale, and they sell them on Amazon as well. And then there's a company called Biossance, and I use their squalane plus vitamin C rose mask. And that vitamin C mask I'll actually wear overnight and then just wipe it off with a paper towel in the morning. But I wanted to get into just the lessons slash skincare tips that I've used that can be helpful if any of you are struggling with your skin. First one, get your hormones checked. Get your hormones checked rather if you're dealing with cystic acne, because it can indicate an imbalance. Also, drink plenty of water. You don't have to drink a gallon of water a day. I don't even make it to a gallon every single day, but as much water as you can. Some people say take your weight divided by 2, and that's the amount of ounces that you're supposed to drink. For me, that's not enough water, but that's personal. That's a personal thing for me. So I try my best to drink 128 ounces a day. Also, make sure that you're actually getting sleep. Sleep is so important, y'all. And I notice the difference, even though my skin looks beautiful now, when I don't get sleep or when I'm sleep deprived, my skin don't glow the same. I start to get dark circles under my eyes. So make sure you're getting at least 6 hours. I've learned that 6 hours of sleep still is not enough, that we should all be getting 7 to 10 hours of sleep per night. But I know that's not a reality for a lot of folks who have jobs, who have children, who have obligations. But 6+ per night will help your skin. Also, lower your stress. Stress leads to acne. And I was living an extremely high stress life that also led to chronic illness. You might not realize that you have a lot of stress in your life, but if you're somebody who lives with chronic pain, if you get headaches all the time, if you're forgetful, that was something that happened to me all the time when I was stressed out, or just short and snappy with people, you might be stressed out. You might be stressed out and you might need to do something to lower that stress. That something could be starting to exercise, or it could be meditation or mantras or yoga, but whatever that thing is for you to lower your stress, you got to make sure you do that, because that will impact the skin as well. It shows up, what's going on internally shows up on the outside. This one is hard, but avoid touching your face if your hands are not washed. And I don't let people touch my face either, unless I just saw them wash their hands. Even my child, I'm like, because mama's going to get a pimple wherever you touch. So I try to avoid it. I sometimes do have a bad habit of putting my hand on my chin, but I notice when I do that, I end up with a pimple. So I do my best to keep the hands off of the face. Avoid picking at or popping your pimples. It's a bad habit, y'all. It's a bad habit. I was bad at it, and sometimes, if I see a whitehead that's come to the surface, I might take a Q-tip and like push on the side a little bit, but I really try to avoid doing that because it always, always leaves a scar. It always leads to hyperpigmentation. And also, it can make the situation worse. You could be introducing your face to bacteria that wasn't there before that will lead to more pimples. Also, mind your diet and pay attention to how certain foods make your body feel. Like I mentioned, when I was eating beef, I didn't feel right. Even all those years I was eating dairy and, dealing with the BGs, the bubble guts and gas and all that stuff, I was still eating it because that's part of the standard American diet, also known as the SAD diet. But once you start paying attention to how certain foods make your body feel, you can start avoiding those foods that make your body feel bad, and you'll see a difference in how your body functions. Also, do your research. What works for one person might not necessarily work for you. So make sure that you're looking into understanding how skin works. One of the things that helped me was learning about chemical exfoliants, learning what the difference between an AHA is and a BHA, what ingredients don't work together, because sometimes you're using proper ingredients, but they don't all combine, excuse me. And then pick a face routine that matches your lifestyle and your budget. And hey, Deja, thank you for joining, sis. Peace. Yeah, I'm doing my first live. I don't even know how this joint is going, but I'm here. How you doing this morning, sis? So, as I was saying, pick a routine that matches your lifestyle and your budget. The products I showed y'all, I'm not gonna lie, they're expensive, but we all have the things that we invest in that are important to us. We spend money on what is important to us. And after dealing with skin issues for that many years, my skin is important to me. I create content online. I act sometimes. I'm artistic director of a theater, so I often have to get up and give speeches or I speak on panels. I have a lot of times where people are looking at my face, and I like to be confident when people are looking at my face. So the products that work for me, I spend that money on them, but if that's not for you, if that's not within your budget, you can still take care of your face, y'all. Really, the basics is, oh, yay. Thank you, sis. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. You know, I felt compelled. Spirit told me get on live, and I was looking at our sister Sean Universal Lighthouse last week on TikTok, and she was giving advice for people to just go live, don't hesitate. So that's why I'm on here, because if I hesitated or tried to plan this, I wouldn't do it. So basic skincare routine, if you just wanted to keep it simple, I would say CeraVe SA cleanser in the morning, followed by sunscreen and moisturizer. So my favorite sunscreen is this Supergoop Glow Screen, but Black Girl sunscreen is also wonderful. That's what I use on my son. So they actually have the one that's baby, the children's one. And for some reason, I just find that I like the baby products better than the grown-up products. So that one is also perfect, and that's available at Target. But mixing the sunscreen with the moisturizer, boom. And then you could go. And a lot of people believe like, oh, melanated folks like us don't need sunscreen. Melanin does protect us for the sun, but one thing we have to keep in mind is that as Black folks, we do get hyperpigmentation, which is the dark spots on our face. The way to avoid it, the reason why I don't get hyperpigmentation anymore is because I wear sunscreen. When you don't wear sunscreen, especially if you're using products like the ones I showed you that have acids in them, like salicylic acid or what's it called? Benzo something. Benzoyl peroxide, which is in the Neutrogena. Yes, Black Girl sunscreen is the bomb, ain't it, Deja? Yeah, when you're using those sorts of things on your face, it actually makes your skin more sensitive to the sun. So if you're not careful and you're using those sorts of face washes without wearing sunscreen, you're giving yourself hyperpigmentation. And also, it's a misconception, but Black folks can get skin cancer. I do know a Black person who has had skin cancer before, and the skin tag that they had was on their face. So that's even more evidence that even though we Black, even though we got melanin, still just protect our faces from the sun. There are sunscreens, they're not all created equal, y'all. So most sunscreens that you'll see in the store will leave a white cast on your face if you have melanin. I specifically will look for the sunscreens. I'll look at the active ingredients, and the ones that I look for, avobenzone, that one won't leave the white cast. So whatever sunscreen you're looking at, just make sure that it's not the basic one, because you won't be looking like Casper the Ghost out here. And then be sure to change your pillowcases every 3 days. That's one thing that, didn't occur to me, that even though I'm doing all these things to my face, if I'm sleeping on a pillowcase that has oils from all these products in it and I'm not changing it every day or every 3 days or so, I'm putting kind of dirt and oil back into my face. Also, avoid abrasive scrubs and washcloths. There's some scrubs that you could buy. I used to use for a lot of years. It was like an apricot scrub from St. Ives, which made my face look nice or whatever, but a lot of those are really too harsh for our face. So that's the reason I use chemical exfoliants. I also avoid washcloths because they hold germs in them. And I find that just the bumpiness of the washcloth irritates my skin. I have very sensitive skin. Also, resist the urge to wear foundation every day or makeup on your skin every day. It sounds counterintuitive, like for me, I heard that advice when I had acne, but it's like, no, I'm not going outside without makeup. I got all these spots on my face. But when I stopped wearing foundation every day, it gave my skin a chance to breathe. And it's important to give your skin a chance to breathe. I still love makeup. I don't hate on makeup. I don't hate on people who wear makeup. Makeup's awesome. But for my skin, wearing foundation every day does not help me keep a clear face. But you just got to find what works for you. Some people are blessed to have beautiful skin with natural remedies. Shout out to the Queen Po, who can, wash her face using turmeric and baking soda, I believe. That don't work for me. I don't play around with that stuff anymore with those natural remedies work for folks who I think don't have problem skin already. If you're dealing with problem skin like mine, it might not work, but it's still worth a try. I'm very much into holistic wellness. So these products may not work for you, especially if you're someone who does not believe in using chemicals or who only wants to use natural things. But if you are open to using these sorts of things, then I recommend it. And the biggest thing, y'all, is just remember that you're beautiful always. You're always beautiful, regardless of what's going on your face, whether it's dark circles, wrinkles, pimples, blackheads, cystic acne. You're beautiful because the true beauty actually comes from inside. I didn't really start really reflecting beauty until I believed that I was beautiful on the inside. I still had the same face, but there is a difference with that confidence. When we walk with confidence and we know who we are and that we have value beyond just what is on our physical bodies, it makes a difference in how your skin glows. It makes a difference on how you show up in the world. And you'll find that like everybody has imperfections. Now I look at folks and I'm like, oh, nobody's skin is perfect. We look at these magazines or we look at people on social media, not realizing that there's editing going on, there's filters going on, there's editing software that can make your skin look smoother, even on video. So try your best not to compare yourself to folks who you see online. If you're not sure that they're not wearing a filter or something that's, obscuring their face, try not to get to that ideal, because you might find that it's just not realistic. Not realistic. So that's the presentation that I planned, but I wanted to see if anybody had any questions about skincare, questions about how I take care of my skin or wellness or just anything, all two of y'all. So I'm just going to hold for a second to see if anybody has any questions or thoughts. All right. I'll take that as a no. But I just wanted to thank y'all for watching. I feel great. I tried my first live, y'all. This isn't that bad. I just get to rip. So I might do this more frequently because I've had a hard time keeping up with this YouTube channel. I psych myself out and I watch YouTube every day. Maybe I'm watching too much content. I don't know. But I've psyched myself up sometimes and it makes it hard for me to make videos. So going live might be the way that I'm able to get on and confer with y'all and chat with y'all in a way that feels organic and natural to me. And yeah, just leave comments if you have any questions. And I thank y'all for joining. Peace, Deja. Much love. Thank you for being here, sis. It helps to have somebody listening and to have that affirmation because I was nervous. But yeah, I hope that y'all have a blessed and peaceful day, and I will holler at y'all later. Bye. Much love.